The opinions you hear are that of the host and callers and do not necessarily reflect the opinion of 102.5 The Bone.
Are you ready? All right, everybody.
Pay attention.
It starts here.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show.
Get ready for Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, JoJo, Lisa, and JJ. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts of sports. This is one show you don't want to miss. Miggs and Swig. Life out loud.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this show on the road, people. Welcome to another edition of the Miggs and Swig show. Once again, we are Migless.
Half Migless.
Half Migless, and Dawn's decided, to take the month off.
Apparently.
Basically, you're right.
Yeah, and so we were without Dawn. He's probably traveling to some foreign country or somewhere.
Los Angeles,
yes.
Los
Angeles.
It's very foreign.
Well, one could make an argument. Donald Trump could probably make an argument that it's a foreign country.
Close it off with a wall.
Yeah. Build a wall.
Keep all the weirdos in California.
Anyways, welcome to the show. I have to apologize in advance for about the next hour. I'm a little verklempt. I'm a little nervous. As some of you who've listened to the show before know, if you haven't, you're about to know that I am getting waxed today.
I am so excited.
I'm not getting my chest waxed.
No.
I'm not getting my armpits waxed.
No.
I'm not getting my arms waxed.
Or your back.
No.
Nope.
I am getting my beans and
Franks and Beans.
Franks and Beans waxed today. And
excited.
Loy from Wax and Cabana here in Tampa is going to do it. We have a curtain here in the studio. You can listen live. It'll be at the top of the hour.
Or they can watch you.
They can watch us on Bone TV. So I don't think it's
Not an X-rated version.
Not
of
an X-rated
watching.
version. No,
No.
because I don't think the camera will pick up things that small. But if you
You said
I don't
it.
think we're the first to do it. Like I don't think it's an original idea, right? To get waxed on
No.
Shock TV or whatever we do here, talk radio.
No,
right?
not really. And as far as things that go on in this studio, it's not even that far out there.
Right.
No.
Right.
It's not about
Right.
that. It is about it happening to Ben Swig.
Right.
It's one of the hosts. That's actually outside of the norm. Because usually you have people on the show, like producers, whatever,
Yeah.
like Spanish, who will have, they are the ones who take the brunt of things.
Right.
The show hosts usually
Right.
don't.
Right.
So
But as most of our listeners know and can understand, men in pain are not synonymous.
No, we have very low threshold.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the fact that you, of all people,
Right.
are also the one that is going to have this done, it just brings me nothing but
Well,
joy and excitement today.
It's not going to be pleasant.
It's not going to
No.
be pleasant. And I had a conversation with Laura on the way because I just wanted to know how long it was going to take so we could plan for the show. And, you know, she said depending on whether you wanted your testicles done. And they're just, it turned out to be a whole, just more pressure on me. So you'll have to apologize. That's coming up at the top of the hour. We also have a great show planned for you today. We have Mr. D, Lisa's dad, Edward J. DeBartolo Jr., and newest inductee to the NFL Hall of Fame. He's going to be joining us. We're really excited about that.
Yes.
Not every day you get a Hall of Famer on your show, much less this one.
He's a very animated character.
Yeah.
That Mr. D.
He's excited about being on the show.
Is he really?
Yes, he is. I spoke with him yesterday about
Because it's his daughter. Why wouldn't he be? We'll also be talking about our favorite idiot, Donald Trump.
Your favorite idiot.
And we love to hate.
He's impenetrable. I don't understand it. I don't get it. We'll talk about it, but the Pope calls him out, calls him not a Christian. He ends up going on and winning South Carolina. I don't get it. I don't get it. But we'll talk about that later. We also are going to give away 2 tickets to the Gasparilla Music Festival to a lucky caller, and that's just, if you don't know about it, it's 2 days of music with over 50 bands.
It's gonna
50
be,
bands.
It's a lot.
March 12th through the 13th. I think headlined by one day Erykah Badu and Stephen Marley. I guess one of
really?
Bob Marley's 72
20 kids, yeah.
So you're not going to want to miss that. The tickets are actually quite impressive, and because of the generosity of the DeBartolo family, as always in the community, we have corporate tickets available. So that's going to get you complimentary select food and beverage, exclusive bar service, air-conditioned restrooms, very important to music
Which
festival.
is so, I was going to say, I would do it just for the bathroom.
Just for the bathrooms, right.
Because it is disgusting if you don't have a
Gross.
nice bathroom.
You're going to have a special access viewings from the side of the stage, VIP, of course. Complimentary parking. Oh, I think Lloyd just entered the room. Oh, God.
Oh, we're getting the table set up.
anyways, so I have to wait for. We're not doing it for an hour, and she's gonna be here setting up, and I have to just think about it for an hour.
This is so amazing.
Oh my God.
Make sure you turn into and go to boneonline.com to watch Bone TV. You're not going to want to miss it.
You're not gonna want to miss it. So, anyways, people.
So yeah, make sure you listen in because we're going to have a little contest trivia giveaway. Correct, Benjamin?
For those tickets, yes. And it's a game called Who Tweeted This, Donald Trump or Kanye West? It's quite fun.
Brush up.
All right, people.
Okay, people.
Did you hear about this Apple thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
One a day keeps a doctor away?
I wish it was that simple. And the government, for a couple of months now, has been asking Apple, which I think is just so ironic in itself, that our national security and how advanced our spy stuff and all that is supposed to be, that they are unable to crack a 4-digit code. That's what it is. They cannot get into one of the San Bernardino terrorists' cell phone. They can't crack his code. There are only 10,000 possibilities with a 4-digit code. So the FBI can't get into it. The reason they can't get into it, because they only have 10 attempts to get into it, and there's 10,000 things.
Right.
But they only have 10 attempts, and then the phone automatically wipes itself clean. So our government went to Apple and said, Apple, will you create a backdoor for us? Backdoor. Will you create a backdoor for us to break the encryption to be able for us to get into the San Bernardino cell phone's information? And Apple said no. And Tim Cook drew a line in the sand, and he said, no, we're not doing it. And it's kind of a slippery slope for me, because I understand, obviously, that there's probably some very valuable information on the terrorist phone. If you have any, by the way, listen to Miggs and Swig Show. If you have any thoughts, comments, concerns on this, feel free to call 1-800-771-1025 is the phone number. And I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it, because as an Apple user, I mean, I have an iPhone, I have a Mac. I like the fact that the government can't get into their cell phone. To me, as a consumer, I'm thinking this is great. They can't get into my cell phone. And Apple, not only that, but Apple is protecting, and Apple's turned down the government. Apple said, no, we're not helping. You guys
how is that? How are you allowed to say no to the government?
You're a private company. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Now, the problem is that a judge on Tuesday ordered that Apple help the FBI to break into the phone recovered from one of the San Bernardino shooters.
So there's no warrant, there's no cease and...
A judge ordered that Apple has to cooperate. Now, Apple, of course, has appealed it, and they're going to fight it, and as they should. You know, and I think that's where the slippery slope comes in, because as a consumer and as a user of Apple, I don't want them they're basically asking Apple to create an operating system to crack their own encryption. And that's Pandora's box. If Apple creates that, and yes, the government says it's only for one-time use to get into the San Bernardino shooters
But
thing.
this will set a precedent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It will set
And
a precedent.
I don't understand, because these people, these so-called terrorists, how can we brand them terrorists when these random acts, maybe it wasn't a random act, let me take that back, but why are they terrorists? Because they're from another country?
Well,
is that why they're labeling them terrorists?
No, they're terrorists because they took an act of
Isn't it if you kill 4 or more people?
Well, that's what the FBI has now said. So these school shootings, these other things will be
It's always an act of terrorist.
But this is a very clear. Before they made that, the FBI made that definition. This is very clear. I mean, these people were radicalized. They were Islamic. So there's no denying that.
Okay.
So it was a terrorist act. And so I wanted to get your thoughts on it and where we draw the line between being a private company and protecting millions. I mean, Apple has millions and millions and millions of people's data. And should they create something to help the government out to get into this phone? Thoughts?
Oy vey.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, absolutely not.
Right.
I mean, first off, something that's not in the article is that the judge says, Apple, you need to go do this. Well, by design, the iPhone doesn't have the software to crack it.
And
That's
they
what
did that on purpose.
Right.
Right.
Because they didn't want it. So they're basically, the judge is saying, I want you to go out there and
Create
clone
it.
a unicorn for us.
Right.
Well, we don't know how to do that. Nobody's done it. We can't just magically have it happen. But that aside, even if they were possibly able to pull that off, why? because then the government's saying, we're going to use it just this one time. No, you're not, because the next time it comes around, you're going to ask it again and again. And then you're going to take the next step saying, well, these are the people we're looking at. They're on watch lists. We want to be able to crack their phones. And it just goes on and on, because it happens every single time with the government. They start small steps, and they always take it further and further and further.
Right. And that's the thing, is that this, like Jamie said, this doesn't exist. This encryption is something that Apple created, but they purposely didn't create a way to break their encryption. And I'm, like I said before, as an Apple user, it makes me that much more secure that the government, our NSA, can't get into my personal information. And there's a great article that
and that Apple's trying to fight it.
Right. And Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, wrote a very strong letter, and if you have a chance, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But
I did see that.
But he wrote an open letter to Apple customers, and some of the highlights were, for many years we've encrypted to protect our customers' personal data because we believe it's the only way to keep their information safe. We have even put that data out of our own reach because we believe the contents of your phone are none of our business. And so, it's a slippery slope. I understand
but is it their business if they can be protecting the country, if they can be protecting its citizens by getting the information and stopping other acts before they start? If these people have followers and it's this whole radical belief of a group of people, to be able to say, okay, well, now we have numbers, we have addresses, we have location, we can go there and we can prevent this from happening again.
Yeah, I mean, that's a slippery slope. And I think we have a caller. Jim is on the line, and Jim might have an idea for the government with Apple. Jim, you there?
Yeah, I just, it's amazing to me that the government, with the trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars we've spent on security over the last 30 years, can't crack this phone. But on a side note, why can't the government just say to Apple, listen, we know you have the technology to crack open this phone, which they do. If they say, listen, we designed a program, we wrote it out, but we don't know how to get into it, it's BS. That's number one. Number two, all they have to do is say, Apple, just get us the information off the phone, because that's all we need is the information. We don't need to know how to crack every iPhone, although we'd like it because we're a bunch of nosy, snooping pieces of crap. But all we really need legally is the information. So just get us the information and give us the information off the phone. But no. And this judge is a friggin' idiot that said, oh, you have to do this. That judge has her head so far up her own butt, she can't even smell anything other than her own crap.
Well,
it's outrageous.
It is outrageous. And I think you're right. I do, however, from what I've read, and right, you might be right, Apple might be not telling the truth, but they don't have the encryption they purposely didn't, they don't have our information. And that's what
no, they don't have our information, but they do have the ability to unencrypt it, whatever you call it, because they wrote the programs for the encryption.
Right. And
it's just like saying that a poker machine, it's random. It can't be random. It's a program. Somebody has to set this program up to do this the first time, this the second time, this the third time. It could be a random program, but again, there are different sets of circuits.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think we dropped Jim, and we appreciate your phone call, and I think he sort of encompasses our thoughts. Is that the government, if they, that's what he said in the beginning is what baffles me the most. We're talking about a 4-digit code here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about 18 digits, uppercase, lowercase, symbols, numbers. All the things you do with your passcodes for your bank where you have to have a symbol number. I mean, we're talking about 4 digits, 0 to 9. There are 10,000 combinations.
Do you think ignorance is bliss?
I do think ignorance is bliss.
Do you think, because I know we have to go to a commercial break, which means that we're one more segment closer to Ben getting waxed, which is really exciting. So the faster it goes, the better. But I was watching a 48 Hours on, I don't know, one of those investigation channels. And, there were acts of terrorism on flights, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It was always happening. It just wasn't social media in your face to where you knew about it to send the world into a panic. So I just don't know, with all the technology out there, that if that somehow
But it's a good thing.
Yeah, like just to maybe not know.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, everything we've said this before on the show. Social media, 24-hour news stations, all the time. You know, not just one of them, 20 of them. There's a thirst for information, and everything. Every story gets, like our story last week with Mike Farah, my friend who threw out his wife's clothes. $1,000 worth of clothes by accident. Not a big deal, but because social media, the news got a hold of it, it became miracle.
Sensational,
miracle grow on everything.
Because it's what they want you to see of it.
Right. Anyways, you have it tuned to the Miggs and Swig show. If you have any thoughts on Apple, we'd love to hear from you on our social media at Miggs and Swig. Everything from Twitter to Instagram to Facebook. We will be right back after these short messages. You have it tuned to 102.5 The Bone. Welcome back, everybody, to the Miggs and Swig Show. We are live. We are also live on Bone TV, and we found this new thing that Bone TV could do.
It's kind of amazing.
It's Skype. We can phone in and
I was just showing my boobs. Everybody missed it.
So tune in to Bone TV, the Bone Online. Click Bone TV. You can watch us. JJ's doing a little walk around the studio where the waxing, where it's going to happen, where it's all going to go down. I'm going to get my Beans and Franks waxed. And
you have more than one Frank?
Whatever it is. You know what I really want to say? When I'm being censored,
I know.
It makes it a lot more difficult for me just to say what I want to say. And I'm sure it's going to make it a lot more harder to say what I want to say once she rips the wax off my testicles.
Yes.
So that's the big decision I need to make. Because when I talked to Loy, I asked her how long it was going to take, and she said, well, anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. And she says, depending on what you want to get done. I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, if you want to get your testicles done, that's going to take a little longer. So I
would be impressed if you really follow through with that.
After one swipe with the wax, I have a feeling.
The warm wax feels good. It's just, that whole ripping it off part.
But you did trim.
I did trim. My wife thinks I didn't trim enough. I mean, it was grown. We talked about it last week. I mean, it was a snake in the forest last week. I mean, so at least the snake is visible through the forest now.
You should have trimmed with an electric razor.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you might be all right then.
Well, I sure hope so. Anyways.
I can't wait.
That's coming up at the top of the hour. Lisa.
Yeah.
Tell me what you and Dawn did, Thursday night? I am so jealous of you guys.
Thursday night?
Friday, Wednesday night, maybe?
Tuesday night. Oh my gosh.
Close, one of the days of the week.
That's past week.
These last maybe 3 weeks have just really blended in together with me. I honestly couldn't even tell you what I did last night right now. But Tuesday night, Dawn and I were invited to go to Fort Lauderdale. We went to see Bruce Springsteen.
Wow.
And we actually hung out with Steven Van Zandt for a little while because we are possibly going to do a project with him. And somebody has introduced us, and Dawn's been speaking with him on the phone, and he invited us to come down to Fort Lauderdale for the Bruce Springsteen show.
Wow.
Now, I am not a huge Bruce
Watch your
Springsteen
mouth.
fan.
Watch your mouth, woman. Watch your
mouth.
mouth. How long did he play for?
He played for 3 hours. We left
Cheese
about
and rice.
We left about 2 hours into it.
Notorious for
But
playing.
can I tell you, this man is 66 years old, and he looks incredible.
It's funny because he was playing in Albany, New York, and I was reading this article or this letter that this dad wrote to his daughter's school to excuse her absence or her tardiness. And it reads, Tuesday, February 19, 2016. To whom it may concern, please excuse Isabel's tardiness to school today. In the interest of honesty, I feel it is my obligation to be straight with you all as to the reason. Last night, Isabel was lucky enough to see Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band in Albany. And darned if he didn't play for 3.5 hours. This may not seem like a good excuse, but have you ever wondered how many kids would be late or miss school outright if God were to suddenly appear? It's something like that. Sincerely, Patrick Papino.
How old is the girl?
She was, her and her sister went 7 and 11 years old.
That's cute. You know what's funny? There was a huge age range of people at this show. There were little kids, I mean, probably 5 years old, up to older people, like in their 70s. It was a huge gap, but, huge age range of people.
See, that's what's so funny about when I think about music today and longevity. Like, I don't know that when I'm 70, I'm going to bring my grandchildren to see, I don't know,
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, well, no, him. I feel like there's longevity. Don't say that. Bite your tongue. But like Justin Bieber, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You think Justin Bieber has longevity?
No, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't.
Right.
I mean,
especially with
Timberlake.
Timberlake does maybe, but in the type of music that you tend to listen to, I think that the longevity isn't necessarily there with a lot of it. I mean, maybe like with the
pop artists.
The pop artists. I mean, they have their moments where they explode, but the longevity doesn't tend to be there. Vis-a-vis Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. I mean, they made a lot of money, but it's in a short span of time. And Bruce Springsteen's been doing this for, I mean, what is he, 60?
He's 66.
66
he crowd surfed. He went out into the middle of the arena and literally went on his back, and he crowd surfed back. And I forget what Clarence Clemens' nephew's name is. He pulled him up from the crowd.
That's so cool.
It was
so
crazy.
Jealous. I know jealous is a bad thing, but I can honestly say that I'm jealous.
It was a really cool show. We had great seats, and he sounded really good too. But the thing is that he played the entire The River album, which is like a 2-album set. Plus, he threw in some other songs here and there. And again, I'm not a huge fan, but I appreciate what he does.
Yeah. I don't think that you can not appreciate whether you're a fan or not, but somebody, and if you ever go see him live, how much heart and soul he puts into it for 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
regardless of his age. He's been doing that since he's been 20 years old.
And he probably did play for 3.5 hours, but we left after 2. We're old people. It didn't start until 8 o'clock.
Wow.
And we had to get up early the next morning, catch a flight at 6:45 to get back to Tampa, to get to St. Mary's school for 2 of our kids had different things they were doing that morning.
Gold-plated problems.
So, no, I'm just like a number one mother is what I'm trying to say.
She is. This is the Miggs and Swig show here on 102.5 The Bone. You've got Swig, half of a Miggs.
Half of a Miggs.
Half Miggs is here, the better half. JJ and JoJo here, 800-771-1025. If you want to talk anything from music to parenthood to politics to Ben getting his junk waxed in like T-minus an hour. I'm so excited.
I'm having such a hard time concentrating. Politics. I know.
My favorite.
I know, it's my favorite too, and it's really not becoming my favorite. I really enjoy the political season, and at least I used to. I think that as these cycles become more and more, or they become, as I get older, and they become every cycle, I become less and less what's the word I'm trying to excited about politics. I mean, I used to, when 2 people got there, or 5 people, or however many people got on a debate and actually debated issues and debated it with respect and substance and everything. It's enjoying. It's the way of life. It's our American way of life. And it just seems that with this particular cycle, and on the GOP side, and I put it, quite frankly, on the Democratic side too, it's just disgusting. And that debate 2 weeks ago, where Donald Trump and Jeb Bush were going at it like children. And earlier in the week, the Pope, which I'll give Donald Trump credit, I guess, or give him some sort of acknowledgement that the Pope should not be involved in American politics. The Pope should not have the right. If you don't know, basically he called he said that Donald Trump was not a Christian in a nutshell. Anyways, so Donald Trump, we've talked about.
He's allowed to have an opinion.
He's allowed to have an opinion, but for a Pope to call somebody isn't a Christian. I mean, I'm a Jew. Okay, I'm a recovering Jew. But as I understand Christianity and Catholicism, that if you do an action or say something and you repent or whatever and you take Jesus' name, you're Christian. I mean, isn't that the sort of baseline of Christianity?
And Donald Trump isn't a bad man. You know, that could be debated in terms of like his thoughts and feelings, but he hasn't killed anybody.
Right.
You know, he doesn't run around driving drunk and kill. You know, he's not a bad person. We might not agree with him,
right,
but he's not a bad person.
That's a good point.
And I don't think. I mean, the Pope also lashed out at that person in Mexico the other day because someone was like trampling over someone. And he yelled at somebody in Mexico the other day. No, the Pope's not supposed to be yelling at people.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's true.
I mean, really.
And it's funny because every turn Donald Trump has made since the beginning, we've covered it. And every comment he's made, whether it be towards John McCain or Megan Fox or everybody except for white Americans, pretty much, right?
White men,
exactly.
Right.
And so at every turn, we think, okay, this is it. This is it. This is going to be a silver bullet.
The straw that breaks the
United
States citizens' back.
It's the straw that breaks Donald Trump's hair.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And yet, it doesn't affect him.
He wins.
I mean,
he goes on to win.
The Pope. The Pope of the leader of the Christian world, okay, who Republicans and the evangelicals are the huge base of their voting people. They call Donald Trump he called Donald Trump not a Christian. So Donald Trump goes on and wins South Carolina, which is a huge
with 32%,
which is a huge evangelical voting population, and yet he wins. So I don't know, but let me tell you something. This is good news for Donald Trump and his campaign, because except for 2012, South Carolina has sided with the eventual nominee for every GOP presidential race since 1980.
Wow.
So there is an exception there. I don't know. I'm fearful. I'm very fearful, and being a liberal, I'm fearful on the Democratic side as well. And it's a scary thought. And if you have any thoughts on Donald Trump or Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton, or hopefully Bloomberg might put his hat in the race, and I'm not quite sure what that'll affect.
Because Jeb has dropped out.
Jeb has dropped out. Rest in peace. So I think that gives a boost to Rubio.
Okay,
so if you add, because I think that the Rubio or the Jeb supporters will jump on the Rubio train. So that'll give him a boost. So I think going down the stretch here, it's going to be Rubio and the Donald. And and it's Bloomberg sitting on the sidelines, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, I love him. From what I know about him, I think that he is independent as independent gets. He is what's the word? Right wing conservative fiscally, but on a social side, he is more towards the left. So he believes in gun control, he believes in abortion, and all those other issues. But on the fiscal side, he's more of a Republican. So,
well, that sounds like a perfect president to me.
You're exactly right. And he's made what he did in New York and getting the Republicans and the Democrats just together. I mean, that's what we need. I think the problem with this country and the politics is it's so far split between the right and the left, and you have to be either way right to get the nomination for the Republicans, and you have to be way left to get the and progressive to get the Democratic nomination, and that leaves no room for middle ground, and that leaves where we are today in our political world, where nothing's getting done because no one can cross the aisle, and without anybody crossing the aisle, nothing's going to get done, and it's scary. It's scary. I mean, Donald Trump wants to build his wall. And I think that if he wins presidency, I think he's got the plan of the wall is not going to be there to keep people from coming into this country. It's going to keep people from escaping this country, including myself, if he becomes president of the United States of America.
Let's move to France.
Anyways, you have it tuned to the Miggs and Swig show here on 102.5 The Bone. Coming up, what do we have coming up? We got the juice.
Me.
We got juice with JoJo. And brought to you by South Tampa Dermatology, our good friends over there. And we will be right back after these messages. Don't forget, before we go to commercial, we will be giving 2 tickets away to the, what is it?
Gasparilla Music Festival, March 12th and 13th.
You have it tuned to the Miggs and Swig show. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, I
Miggs
love
and
Jaron.
Swig. I do too. I laugh every time. He's hysterical. Hysterical. We have so much going on in the studio today. And two very exciting things for me are happening. One is Lisa's father, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., will be calling in to talk with us because, well, he feels sorry for us and he loves his daughter. So he's going to chat with us a little bit about everything that was Super Bowl weekend and Hall of Fame induction. And we couldn't be more excited and grateful that he's going to take some time out of his busy schedule to talk with us today. And as we speak, Loy from the Wax Cabana is setting up a table and heating up the wax for Benjamin's goodies. And I cannot wait. I have easy access where I can just see the top of your head here, which is pretty much all I'm going to need to see to take a picture of your face.
The top of my head, as in my cabeza, my brain, my face, my eyes, not my other head.
Not your lower extremities.
Because that would be very hard to see from that distance.
Your bigger head.
Yeah.
Yes. So Ben is going to clean himself up, and along with the Wax Cabana, who are awesome, and we're so thankful that Loy came in. We're going to hear from her a little bit later in the show. But we want to make sure that you're always taking care of your skin in the right way, whether it's getting skin checkups from head to toe for any cancer, moles, what's the word I'm looking for?
Tattoo removal.
They do tattoo removal. Our friends at South Tampa Dermatology are here and on your side to help you take care of your body. It's just as important on the inside as it is on the outside. Dr. Linda Flynn and her team take the time in really getting to know you so that they can not only help you look your best, but feel even better. They offer, as I've said, a wide range of services, everything from Botox and Juvederm, laser hair and tattoo removals, facials, whatever you need. South Tampa Dermatology is your answer. They're located at 2605 West Swan Avenue. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3:30. So call and schedule your consultation today, 813-872-9551. South Tampa Dermatology, and tell them Miggs and Swig sent you. Now, let's get a little juice going.
And now, talking about the juice with JoJo. Rolling down the screen, searching headlines, talking about the juice. Here's JoJo.
So a couple little sad tidbits this past week. Sad news for the literary world. Pulitzer Prize-winning author Nell Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, yes, passed away in her sleep early Friday morning. She was 89 years old, and she was getting ready. I don't know if it was finished, but I know about a year ago she had come out saying that she was going to write a sequel or a prequel to
it was a sequel. It was finished. She had it, but she had not released it yet.
Oh, okay. So that's sad that she won't get to see it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, they will release it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
and
but
she'll make a lot of money because artists are typically make a whole lot more money when they pass away than they are alive.
Agreed.
Does she have family?
Yes.
So they're happy. I mean, not happy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, all I saw in one of the articles was that her nephew released a statement saying that it was, true that she had passed away. So sad news there. And sad news for Mob Wives star Big Ange, who passed away, her family, Thursday morning after a year-long battle with stage 4 lung and brain cancer. And she was only 55 years old.
I didn't even know she was sick.
She didn't want the drugs.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Bigger.
So that was the one who talked like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
With the Big Ange.
It wasn't a shocker that she wasn't long for this world if you ever heard her speak.
Well, that doesn't always mean anything.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like this. That means you were the woman. She talked like this.
I have a very deep voice.
You don't.
Talk
You
like
do
this.
not.
Just the way the woman talks.
Well, I mean, no, not
Did
like
she
an
smoke?
alien.
Like, was she a smoker?
Am I
I'm
wrong?
assuming.
Am I wrong? Did she not sound like that?
No, she did, but it's super sad. And I had seen a clip. I don't know if it aired with Dr. Oz. He was trying to really work with her and do different treatments and he encouraged, because she was saying she was doing medical marijuana and all of that, to try, just different things to prolong
get
her
through.
life. And I don't know if that ever aired, but I did just see that she had sat down with him to try to figure out he really wanted to help her.
It's sad that anybody.
I agree. And
it's
at
just
55 years old,
cancer, that's just bad. Just
it is
sad.
bad. Speaking of boohoos, Kesha sobs in the courtroom as the judge refuses to cancel her contract with her producer, Dr. Luke, who allegedly raped her in 2006. She has to make this album. She has a legal obligation.
So obviously, the judge doesn't believe that he raped her. Is that what happens in this situation?
He refused to let her walk away from her 6-album deal with Sony and the man that she claims raped her. So I'm assuming because maybe he was never found guilty.
I wonder, did she ever go to the doctor? Did they do a rape kit on her?
No, I think it was after the fact.
Like a year and a half ago.
Well, say it when it happens. Don't
the
wait.
2006 possible raping.
Yes, it was from 2006.
That was 10 years ago.
So, but sad face, because if he really did do it, and now she's got to go and
I don't even know why he would even want to continue working on it. Will he be producing this album?
Because he's going to make a whole lot of money working.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to.
Is he? Do people care about her anymore?
It's gonna be so awkward in the studio between them. Like it's not nothing.
He might drop her. He just maybe wanted to win the lawsuit, and maybe he won't even make music with her.
In the music business, everybody likes to sue each other, and eventually they come up with a compromise. So I would imagine that now that this is passed, I agree with you that they probably won't be working the studio because, as you know, and working with a producer and is almost an extended member of the band, and you have to have that chemistry, just like you have to have the band chemistry, and obviously that's not there. So I would imagine that this thing turns into some sort of deal where he strikes, where he gets an override or some sort of percentage of the album.
I think it must have been more for the Sony aspect than for the working with Dr. Luke.
Yeah,
is he a doctor, really?
It does say
an MD, a dermatologist. Like, what is he? Plastic surgeon?
It says in this article.
She does not look good sobbing. I don't think anybody looks good when they cry, but she looks
I look
horrible.
amazing when I cry, which is all the time. When the tears just they fall right off your cheeks, like they do in the movie.
And you have a weird face.
Oh my God, it's all scrunched up and your chin quivers. It's disgusting.
Let me tell you, and I don't want to not say that she's telling the truth, but through her tears, what were your first reactions to her tears?
She's an ugly crier.
Okay, but were they crocodile tears? Were they real tears?
A lot of peroxide on her hair.
No, I don't think that they're crocodile tears. I think that I'm not, and I don't. I think to allege something as serious as a rape,
to get out of a record deal doesn't.
I think that that's a bit extreme. So I don't doubt that maybe this didn't happen or something didn't go a little bit too far. Whether she went up to the hotel room, I don't know what she thought was gonna, in that whole.
How old is she?
She's 28, but she was 18 when it happened. It was her 18th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
But he was never criminally charged. And I guess Sony had offered to let her work with another producer, but Kesha said that she feared that the company would not promote her music as heavily if she was not working with Dr. Luke.
I think she did the wrong thing.
Do you remember when Kesha was on The Simple Life with Paris Hilton?
Oh, she was?
Her family was on The Simple Life. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie came to her ranch to go work.
That was her? Because I watched The Simple Life.
I never watched that.
Oh my God, I have a simple mind.
She was like 13 or something.
All you Journey fans out there, get excited because Steve Perry is planning on making a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
I've been here for years. Reclusive former Journey frontman Steve Perry is planning next year after recording his first solo album in over 2 decades. Truth is, he says, I finally went into the studio in March, and I've been in there ever since just trying to finish this record. The new record will be his first, since his 1994 Is for the Love of Strange Medicine.
So will this be a Journey album?
Steve Perry.
Steve Perry, because they still got that Filipino guy, Journey, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Arnell. Pinedo or something.
Who sounds amazing.
Loy, if you could come up here, please. We have some questions for you.
And for anybody just tuning in, this is Miggs and Swig. We have Swig that's about to get all of his man parts waxed from the Wax Cabana. And Loy is here. If anybody wants to watch this go down, go to boneonline.com, watch it on Bone TV. Call in if you have anything that you want to say, any words of advice. 800-771-1025 or 727-579-1025. Loy, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
We're very excited.
So Loy, one of the things that we had a hard time finding, I think we talked about this about 2 months ago on the show.
Yes.
And one of the hard times we had was finding a place that will do a male waxing. Yes. And finally we came across you and your company, the Wax Cabana. And I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do majority of the men that you do waxing for, are they straight or are they gay?
I'd say majority are straight.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes.
And the majority of them get just their chest waxed, or are they doing the whole thing like we're doing today and the whole downstairs area?
The two most popular type of waxing for men are the back and Guyzillion.
The Guyzillion. What does the Guyzillion include? Is that what we're doing today?
Yes. Guyzillion is the male version of the Brazilian. That's what I term it. Yeah.
Okay. And so we're going to take care of all the areas down there?
Everything at the front, yes.
And all the way to the back.
And in between the cheeks.
Yeah.
In between the cheeks.
There you go.
Jamie, help me out here. Help me ask some questions that I won't be censored for, please.
Well, I'm curious because I know when a guy grows out his beard, to look manly and all that, and then if for whatever reason he has to shave it off, he ends up looking like 10 years younger, like a little baby. Is that true for the downstairs as well?
Oh my God, that's so gross.
I don't think that's
true, though.
true.
It is.
So also,
because what if you're saggy and
Yeah. Also, I'm a little curious.
Discoloration.
How much longer until he can have relations with the wife after this?
I would say stay away from sexual intimacy for about 24 hours.
Oh, see, I thought that was the whole point of this, is that because I was so smooth and lovable, I was going to get...
We'll give it a day.
Okay, we'll give it a day. Now, in a day, I won't get a 5 o'clock shadow down there, or...
No, it should last about maybe 2 weeks or so before you
can tweeze.
Wait, no, it'll be 2 weeks that I'll be like smooth. No, okay.
It'll start growing back.
About 2 weeks. Some people about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and normally about a month before you'd have to do it again.
How do people get in touch with you at the Wax Cabana, and where are you located?
We're located at 4303 West El Prado Boulevard in South Tampa. It's closer to Manhattan. They can get to us by way of our website, thewaxcabana.com, and they can also call 813-350-0402.
Okay, is the wax warm and ready to go?
Yes, it is.
All right, Joy. Well, why don't you go over there and set up, and I'll be right over with you.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Jamaica.
Jamaica?
Yes.
You have such a lovely voice. Your
thank
speaking
you.
voice is so calming.
Well, I did want to ask...
I want to keep hearing her talk.
I did want to ask one more question. Has there been any mistakes, any errors, any like...
Don't answer. Don't answer.
Have you had any problems?
No, I've been doing this for quite a while. So.
And have you ever heard anybody scream?
I've seen people squirm, but not scream.
This may be a first for you.
So good.
Help me out, Lord. I need you. Having problems. All right, Lloyd's going over there to get ready. We'll be doing the waxing in our next segment. You guys if you're not tuned into the Bone, if you're not turned into the Bone TV,
try again.
Tune in right now, because you should see the smile on these people's faces. I mean, from JoJo to Lisa to JJ
really
to
excited.
Jamie. I can't see Ryan, but he's got a little smirk. He's got a smirk on his face too. So if you're by a computer, go to thebonetv.com. I'm getting waxed, man. And
I love every bit of it.
And
in your nether regions.
You're not going to want to miss that. So tune in. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Miggs and Swig Show.
All right, everybody.
Pay attention.
It starts here.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show. Start the show.
And now, Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, JoJo, Lisa, and JJ. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts of sports. Time for Life Out Loud with Miggs and Swig.
Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, this is just...
This is Life Out Loud, all right.
This is life at its finest right here. If you are not on the boneonline.com on Bone TV right now looking at Swig's face as he is about to get his man parts waxed, you are missing out. Benny, how you doing behind that wall?
I am lying naked. I am lying naked on this
a table with a blue Smurf wax. Already started. She put it on, and I think we're about to get ready to rip at least one part off here.
Okay.
So, God help me.
Wait, can we get a countdown like a 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, we could do that. All right.
Okay. The first.
Do I want a countdown?
I don't.
Is it better not to? It's fine to have a countdown? Okay. Here we go. So she's putting this little piece of paper on it, and I think she's going to rip it off. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, boy.
My God.
Did you just say Moon River?
I did.
That is what you said, didn't you?
All right, all right. Well, that was fun. Are we done?
You're alive.
Keep going, Lloyd. Just keep going.
Keep going. Don't listen to him if he says stop.
Don't stop, Lloyd.
This is just the greatest.
Oh my God! Don't you want to be in that room?
Oh my God.
I can't
Yeah, I'm doing just great, Lloyd. Thank you for asking.
You are listening to the Miggs and Swig show. Ben Swig is getting waxed.
No, I'm good.
He's getting a gazillion from Loy at the Wax Cabana. His first ever man part wax.
I've done a lot of stupid things in my life. This might rank up with.
I can't wait till you have to kick those legs up.
Okay, so Loy, you're applying wax, and I see that one area that I didn't get so well with the trimmers is getting caught up in the wax down there. Is that going to be a painful part? Oh, she says that's all she says. You'll be fine.
She's so calm.
Like basically, she means that I'm going to get through this thing alive.
Yeah, it's the same thing a doctor tells you before they shoot you with a needle. It's not going to hurt.
Right.
You're going to be fine at the end of the day.
Hurts for a second.
Are you doing okay?
I'm doing okay. She's now moving my
things
what's
out
it
of
called?
the way?
Out of the way.
Oh my God.
Jesus. She's in right.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Because it's Ben.
I know.
Because it's Ben.
God. All right. This one's going to hurt because there's a lot of hair there. Okay, go. God darn it, Lloyd. God,
oh my God, the wall's going to fall down.
Oh my God, no.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Men. Any men out there that have ever been waxed? 800-771-1025 or 727-579-1025. We would like to hear if you were as sensitive as Ben Swig is at the moment.
Now you realize, Ben, she started. You can't stop. Otherwise, you end up looking like Two-Face down there, and we can't have that.
Oh, no,
my God.
I'm committed. I'm committed. I'm doing this. And hey, it's starting to look... It's starting to look... it's starting to look pretty good down there, actually.
Your wife will thank you for this.
She was using a soft wax. Now she's using a hard wax. Does the hard wax hurt worse?
Oh my gosh. Let's do it.
Less. Okay, well...
Wait, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
I like to use the hard wax when it gets more to the private parts. It doesn't tug as much. For the bigger part of the body, use a soft wax. I hold the skin taut, so it still doesn't tug, so it's less pain. It will be more painful if it tugged on you.
No, I think earlier he said he wanted the soft wax the whole
that's
time.
enough, Jamie. All right. The hard wax.
Whatever is the most painful is what we want.
JoJo wants him to use.
Are you guys getting a kick out of this?
Oh, we are.
Really? I'm glad. I'm glad I can be
This is fun.
I can't believe your wife is not here right now.
Oh, brother.
I know she's
texting.
She could have brought those kids.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to the side of the penis right now.
Okay.
And around the.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is there anything about this that is causing you to have any kind of erection right now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The turtle is in the head. The turtle is in the body right now.
All right.
This is like, it looks like I've just jumped into about 30-degree weather or water right now. And if
shrinkage.
We have a little shrinkage. If any man out there has ever jumped into cold water, he knows what happens.
He'll get it.
He'll get it. I can't believe I'm doing this.
I love that you're doing it.
Well, now, if we give her like a $50 tip, can you make it hurt?
That one hurt.
That was no
you were
joke.
Speaking at the right time.
That was no joke. I thought that was the hard wax. Oh, goodness gracious, Loy.
Oh my God, I wish I could see this so bad.
You just scared the crap out of me.
God.
JoJo jumped out of her seat.
Spider.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
That brought tears.
JoJo jumped out of her seat.
That brought tears. Okay, what do you need me to do?
Do we have to call the paramedics?
We might need to call the paramedics. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my God. Okay.
So, we have my dad, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., coming on in a few minutes. I know for a fact he has never been manscaped.
No, but
There
I
is
wonder
no
if
way.
he ever would.
Never.
I bet you he doesn't even know what it means.
Well, we'll find out.
We should ask him.
Forget the Hall of Fame questions.
Yeah, forget the Hall of Fame.
We'll just
Oh
ask
my
him what it's
gosh.
like to, if he's ever manscaped or taken care of his privates. I need to put my head down.
Yeah, do that. There you go. You look more comfortable now.
I mean, I don't mind hair on a man. Like, I don't need a chest waxed and all.
yeah.
Like, I'm okay with it because I feel like then you look like a man. You're supposed to have hair on you. But I think grooming, I wouldn't think that you would need to manscape. I'm talking to the television that Ben I can see on Bone TV. I'm talking like you can see me, Ben. We're having this conversation.
Right.
I wouldn't need ever care if a man was actually fully
Oh!
oh my God.
Oh my God in heaven!
Oh no!
Oh! Okay, sorry about that, but no, seriously.
The pain goes away. It's just quick.
Yeah, it's sort of like wasabi. You get the first burn and it's spicy, but it goes away. But here's the thing, and my thought on it is, I am a man who likes my woman to be well taken care of and well groomed down there.
We know.
Well,
So
you're failing miserably.
So I'm not, as all I can do is, I would take that into what a woman would want when she's,
Yes.
down there. And part of that is to be clean because I wouldn't want to be down on a 70s bush. And I don't think many women would want to be, take care of their business down on a 70s bush. So this is the price, pay.
Oh my God.
I like a man with not a lot of hair. I do.
Well,
Just otherwise, anywhere.
If there are any listeners out there, please feel free to call us in and let us know if you're a woman, what you prefer your man to do, or tweet us at Miggs and Swig, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
800-771-1025. Does anybody manscape out there? Is anybody enjoying this as much as we are?
Oh my God! I hope
doubt
you
it,
are
but
tuned
wow,
into
they should.
BoneTV.com because this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Now, Ben, without getting me fired, what areas has she gotten so far?
Okay, so she has taken care of the areas above.
Above the hemisphere?
Like
above
the
the hemisphere, the
pubic
pubic
bone
hair.
area.
We don't have a landing strip.
Oh my
but
God! You should have put your wife's name in there.
But and she has taken care of both sides of the penis.
Okay.
And some of the testicle region.
Oh my goodness.
And I think we have a lot more to go here. And
His eyes are red and watery.
You look exhausted.
You do.
Oh
You're
my
going to need a
God.
nap when you get home.
He's going to need an ice pack when he gets
Ice
home.
pack.
God.
Oh, he doesn't work that hard on Sundays anyway.
Or any other
Okay.
day
Or
that
any
ends in
other
Y.
day.
Lo, I have a question. With the male patients you've done, is this a normal reaction,
Like she's
or
a doctor.
am I overreacting a little bit?
I will not say you're overreacting. It's what
I
you
would.
feel, but most guys don't really make any sound.
Huh? That about proves it.
You're her first screamer.
And this is not for radio, by the way. I'm not screaming for ratings here, but this does not feel comfortable at all.
Oh my God.
It's what I feel, Loy says. So
It is what you feel. It's a genuine reaction to getting manscaped.
And those are genuine tears streaming down his face.
Have that. Oh, now she tells me she has lidocaine that she could have put on 30 minutes before.
No. I would have never let that happen.
Why?
You know, it still hurt. It'll still hurt a little bit.
No, you don't get out that easy.
Okay. I'm gonna for the rest of this one, I'm gonna try to man up. I'm gonna man up.
Your wife wants an N somewhere.
An end?
Yeah, an N for Nadia.
Oh, I want an end somewhere. God! God!
Could you see Don Miggs doing this?
No.
He is such a big baby.
Men
would
in
never
general.
work.
I think this should be some sort of like punishment when you commit, a minor
Okay.
crime, like
What do we
petty
do now?
theft or something. You should have to have all your junk waxed.
Or adultery.
Adultery. You should have to be waxed.
Yep, get it waxed.
All right, so there's a protective sheet. Like when you go to the doctor, they put that wax sheet down.
Yes.
There's a wax sheet that Loy put down on her bed here, and it's completely ripped. It's completely in shreds from my squirming. And now we're moving over to the other side of the inside of my thigh and testicle region. With what Joy has referred to as the hard wax that is supposed to be easier, and it's Loy. I'm sorry, Loy, and it is not.
Do you call her Lloyd?
Joy.
I call her
Joy.
I called her Joy.
Let me tell you, there's no joy involved in this whatsoever. So where I got that name, I have.
Do you really want to upset a woman who's doing that to you right
No.
now?
Look,
You'd want to get the
Jamie,
name
she
right.
can't do anything worse.
Well, and just think if she was using the other wax on that region, how much more it would hurt if the hard wax hurts less.
Yeah, and it's the I think it's the tear that doesn't. I don't know if you women have experienced this, but I don't know if it's the first tear that hurts, as if she doesn't get all of it, she's got to go in for a second tear.
Yeah, but here's the deal. We have to take a commercial, so I don't want to do your backside.
My backside?
Until we come back.
Give us one more rip as we go out.
Okay. So
and when we do come out, we have Lisa come back.
We have one more rip coming up right here for you, Jamie. Here we go.
I want to hear it.
God!
Oh, my God.
You're such a baby.
Oh, my.
Lisa Out Loud will be up next. And we will have Eddie DeBartolo Jr. calling in. You're not going to want to miss that. 800-771-1025. This is Miggs and Swig on 1025 The Bone.
Okay.
There's a lot of things out loud right now.
Holy
Ben's
cow.
voice. If anybody doesn't know, Swig is right now in the middle of almost the end of his nether region wax. I don't even know what you call it.
Hell.
Wax hell.
Oh my gosh. Loy is here from the Wax Cabana, and he just flipped over. And if you are on the Bone online.com on Bone TV, you can see Ben now sitting upright. Well, I mean, laying upright. He's facing you. You look exhausted.
I've been through the ringer, and even during commercial break, they took care of the landing strip in between the testicle region and the BH. And now I am laying on my stomach and about to get my BH waxed.
Okay.
So this is the final.
I mean,
stretch here.
you had some serious yells during commercial break.
Yeah, and let me tell you, they were 100% justified.
And genuine. I truly believe, because, well, all men are babies, but I truly believe that you are in so much pain.
Lloyd just said the first time's the worst, so.
Yeah, the first cut's always the deepest.
Yeah, the first cut's always the deepest.
First cut's always
so
the
she's
deepest.
about to rip off the BH here. Oh!
That's probably not as bad as the front.
God, it's really well.
I want to know why she doesn't have you holding your legs over your head like I do mine.
Oh, because
I know. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's something you'd want to
Yep.
see.
I'm okay.
Are you? I don't know. I'm so confused. How? Okay.
Well-
I clearly can't just go into too much detail
I
about
will. We're gonna finish up here, and I'll sign off, and we can get the more important person on the line.
That's Yeah. very
this
true.
Is enough of my screaming, and
I'm real proud of you.
Yeah, well,
Very
I did it.
proud
I'll
of you,
be- I'll
Ben.
be back
Very
over
proud of
across
you.
the screen shortly. So.
So I think we have my dad on the phone, Eddie DeBartolo Jr.
Yay!
Hello, Dad.
Hello, Lisa. Can I say something?
Oh boy, sure. Go ahead.
I'd like to manscape him with a meat cleaver.
that is my ex-father-in-law, for those who don't know, who just happens to love me to death.
I would love to see that as well.
Oh my goodness. No, that would be a Dexter moment, Dad. There you go. A meat cleaver.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really funny.
And a dull one.
Mr. D, do you know what manscaping is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I said that about 5 minutes ago. I said, there's no way my dad has ever manscaped. Not that I want to know anyway, so we're not even going to go there, thanks.
Would you ever?
Manscaped.
Yeah. Do you want to come in to get waxed?
No.
Are you crazy?
No.
A little bit.
I love hair.
Oh, I think my mom does too. My mom likes that hairy, I associate more hair with like a macho kind of man.
Yes.
So I think my mom likes that.
There you go.
About your mother.
You're a macho man.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, thanks for calling in, Dad. We've
welcome,
been.
Lisa. How do you feel?
I feel okay. I feel all right. Still taking it easy, trying to take it easy, getting through this little procedure I had on Thursday. We have talked about that a little bit on the air, but not too much. But I feel okay today. Looking forward to having dinner with you and Mom tonight and the boys.
Well, we are too.
We're going to Ivaroni's tonight.
Husband and your sister have 1 hour and 40 minutes left.
Oh, good. He's been texting me, so he's got some Wi-Fi on the plane, so that's nice. So, Dad, you are a 2016 inductee into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yay!
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I have been around for playoff games, wins and losses, and Super Bowls, and all these amazing things. But do you think this is the best thing that has happened to you in your football life and football career?
Well, let's put it this way: it's certainly, after all is said and done, and all the games, and a lot of victories, and some obviously our share of losses, and all the laughs and tears. This is, without a doubt, the culmination of a career.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of, how we've been looking at it and how I've thought about it. I mean, do you feel any different now that you were chosen as an inductee?
I do. I feel as though that, everything. It's the epitome. It's the you're going someplace with the icons of probably the best sport that ever existed, and you sort of live in infamy, and they weren't kidding. I spoke to Bill Parcells, who's a very dear friend of mine, and he said to me, because he is coming to Canton. And he said to me, Eddie, just remember, this is one club they can't throw you out of.
That's true. You can't be kicked out of. You can't. Well, I mean, David Baker, who is the president of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, even mentioned that, that Monday that we had the meetings there in San Francisco, and he's, even O.J. Simpson is still in the Hall of Fame, and other people who have done things that maybe aren't so memorable in a good way. But it's true. They can't kick you out of this club.
No, they can't. There's
nor should they ever.
Well, but the people that are in this Hall of Fame are they're truly. It's such an honor. It's a humbling, unbelievable honor. And it was an amazing and incredible couple of days. I mean, you're with I said the icons of the game, but these guys are going to be immortalized. Mm-hmm. As long as this sport is part of America, and I think it will be for quite some time.
I have a question, and I know that we know, but you have chosen your daughter Lisa to induct you, to announce your induction.
Which I'm very disappointed, Mr. D. I thought I had a shot to.
Oh yeah,
you. I had my speech. I had my speech.
Talked by then after the cleaver.
I mean, for those of us that know, but what was it for you that was a no-brainer in choosing her? Because you've encountered so many amazing people throughout your career, but what is it about Lisa that you wanted her to do this for you?
First of all, I've inducted a number of my players into the Hall of Fame, and obviously starting with my friend Coach Bill Walsh, who is no longer with us. It would have been, it would have been a little bit different if Bill was with us, and I still probably would have chosen Lisa. But, when you have the likes and you induct the likes of a Joe Montana and a Jerry Rice and Bill Walsh, that's quite an honor. But it's also very tough, going back. And, I think all these great athletes know that, it would have been difficult for me to choose somebody. And, I've been out of the sport for a while, and there's nothing more important than to me than my wife and my family and the little guys. And Lisa, obviously being the firstborn, she drew the short straw.
Mr. D, we were all there Saturday, and I know it was a long day for you. And if you could just take us through the process of what happened and where they brought all the finalists into the hotel, and how you knew or you didn't know that you got in the Hall of Fame. Which I once the story's told, I just think that it's so stressful, and the way they do it is just such a prehistoric way of doing it. Dramatic.
It's very dramatic.
And so if you could just
if
you could just take us through the process of what happened.
You have the 15 or 16 people. I don't know if the contributor made 16, but you have 16 people that are finalists, and you only choose up to a certain amount. I think the maximum that can go in is 7. I'm not quite sure, but that day, that Saturday, the 6th, they ask everybody to go to a different hotel than where you're staying. And go. They have a key for you to go to a room, and you have to be there around 2:00 or 2:45, and you're supposed to hear around 4 or 4:15, and that even building up all week to this and doing the interviews down on Radio Row and not knowing what you're saying because you don't know where you're going to be, but sitting in that room. And how tough it is, just waiting, and I was one of the lucky ones that was voted in by the 46 sports writers.
So out of the 15, if the head of the Hall of Fame, David Baker comes to your door, you're in. If he doesn't, you're not in. Correct?
That's correct.
Which
and
is
unfortunately or fortunately, the other people's doors are knocked on too. It's just not by David Baker.
Oh, right.
I mean
okay.
that seems like a fraternity trick or something. I mean, it seems.
Well, it's really tough, and I think that their thought process is, this happens, and I think they said once you're a finalist for 3 years or 4 years, and I'm not sure exactly that number too, that your chances the following year are something like 85% of getting in. So, it's not as bad as it sounds, but to me it would be terrible.
Yeah.
Sitting in a room and not getting a knock on the door. I did not expect a knock on the door.
And they cover the peephole too, right? So I heard that. Is that correct? So when you go to the door and the door's knocked, they cover the peephole so you don't know if it's...
No, the peephole wasn't covered.
Oh, okay. I had heard that story.
But Dad, we knew before David Baker came to your room, though, right? I mean, you didn't know?
Not quite. We had an inkling from a friend that was involved, but you know what? This person wasn't 100% sure because he wasn't in the room.
In the room, right?
So
you just thought that it was a positive response.
You're listening to Mr. Edward J. DeBartolo Jr., the 2016 NFL Hall of Fame inductee, to be enshrined forever in the Football Hall of Fame here on the Miggs and Swig show here on 102.5. Lisa's father, my ex-father-in-law, and just one of the greatest guys I know, and probably without question, there'd be very few that could dispute whether you belong there or not. And we're just so proud of you, and look forward to, without a doubt, the best party in Canton that Canton will ever
Are you
see.
getting an invite, Ben? I'm not
I don't
sure
know.
about
I
that.
don't
Nikki's
know.
handling the party.
I don't know.
He'll find a way.
I'll find a way to weasel my way in like I do everything.
Dad,
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Ben.
being on.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Benny. I feel. Thanks, honey. I love you. And,
Love you too.
Joanne
Love
and
you.
Ben, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be on with you.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Next time you come on, we'll do some manscaping together.
Yeah, we'll do it on my arm.
I'll see you at 5.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
What a man! At least I know he's your father, and pretty biased. But from somebody who's been around for your dad for 20 years, I've never met anybody quite like him.
No, you're absolutely right, and it couldn't have happened to a better person.
Yeah,
it really couldn't have.
And the amount of lives that he's impacted is countless, and a lot of people, every day, and a lot of people, not just on the football field, but in life. And a lot of people talk about doing good, but the best thing I think about your dad is he does good when nobody's looking.
Right.
And he doesn't look for any.
He doesn't want a pat on the back that he's doing something
and
good.
he's probably the most selfless man I know on the planet. So
You could learn a thing or two, Ben.
I absolutely. So I'm back. I survived. I am
Barely.
Sore as sore gets down in my nether regions and
Neverland.
Neverland, and I feel like a bunch of hair just got ripped out. So.
You're gonna love it though.
All right. So. Coming up, we're going to open up the phone lines now for our last segment here for the ticket giveaway. We are giving away 2 tickets to the Gasparilla 2016 Music Festival.
Yes.
Not just any tickets.
No,
Let me tell you.
These are 2 corporate tickets. They include parking. You get food and beverage service, bar service, air-conditioned restrooms, access to the front of stage viewing areas, complimentary parking, special entrance to the festival, VIP area access, shaded spots, designated concert. I mean, it's the works at the Gasparilla Music Festival, which is March 12th and 13th.
Right. So the phone lines are open now. We're going to play a little game. 1-800-771-1025, or if you're local, 727-659-1025. I love how they have a local.
It's 727-579-1025.
Right. I love how they have a local and a long distance phone. Like who gets charged for long distance anymore? Right? I mean, isn't it?
I don't know.
The bone's got to get. I mean, we got to get right with the time. Just have one phone number. Anyways, 1-800-771-1025, 727-579-1025 if you want to go see the Gasparilla Music Festival. And we will be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Miggs and Swig Show. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I can't hear myself.
That's probably for the better.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there we go. I can hear myself now, and I can hear myself very loud. So we're about to do this ticket giveaway to Gasparilla Music Festival, 2 days of fun in the sun, and of course, not just any tickets. These are commercial. What are they called?
Corporate
tickets. Thank you very much. We'll get to that in 1 second. But last week we spoke with Rob Meagle, the owner of Soho Guitar Shop, and he called me this week and said he's doing an open mic, which will be fun in front of the store. So any musicians out there, I don't have a date yet, but Rob, if you're listening, please call us at 1-800-771-1025, and we can get the information from you. I think open mics are fun. I think
I'm gonna do it.
Are you gonna do it?
No.
I'll do it with my guitar. I'll get out there. I play a mean Twinkle Twinkle Little
I can
Star.
sing that for you. I think you should have Izzy open mic night while you play that.
Oh my God!
Well,
that
we
would
have
be
a
so
we have a
cute.
little band, Izzy and I. Yeah.
It is a little
We
band
rock
because
out.
she's
What do you
going to be
sing?
3. Can you believe she's going to be 3 already?
No, I can't. Going on 40. Anyways, so
Before we get to the contest, though,
Yeah.
I want to say how excited that I am that tonight my 2 shows are back on Shameless and Billions.
and billions.
From our friends at Showtime. So if you do not watch, do yourself a favor. Download the app, go online, watch it. Showtime. Sorry, I don't know where I was going with that, but it's so good. And Shameless literally makes me laugh out loud.
It is crazy.
It's so wrong
I
that
have
it's
to watch
hysterical.
It is a very, very good show. So let's get right to it. We're going to play a little game with some of our callers. You need to get 3 out of these 5 questions right. The questions are coming from who tweeted this, Donald Trump or Kanye West. So the caller is going to have to call or pick. I'm going to read the tweet, and they're going to have to say if Donald or Kanye tweeted it.
Okay, I'm going to pick the caller.
No, we're going to start with Beth Eden. Beth, are you there?
I'm here.
Are you ready to play, Beth?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right. You have 2 choices, so you got 50-50. You need to get 3 out of 5 right. JoJo will be the scorekeeper
Oh,
here.
boy. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
The first one. I have never seen a thin person drinking a Diet Coke. Is that Donald Trump or Kanye West?
Trump.
It was Trump. 1 for 1.
I drink Diet Coke.
Also, for anyone that has money, they know the first rule is to use other people's money. Donald Trump or Kanye West?
That was definitely Kanye.
It was Kanye. 2 for 2. She's got 1 more to go, and she's winning the tickets. This might be shorter than we thought.
It sure might. Beth is good.
Kanye or Trump? We want to innovate, and we will win someday.
Trump.
No, I'm sorry, Beth. That was Kanye West, but with that win, I would have probably guessed Trump, too.
I would have thought Trump.
He's winning. He's winning. Sorry, losers and haters, but my IQ is one of the highest, and you all know it. Please don't feel so stupid or insecure. It's not your fault. Donald Trump or Kanye West?
That's a tough one. I'm going to say Kanye.
No. It was Donald Trump. Beth, you started off so well. And here we go.
This is it. You can do it. You have
can
1
do it.
more.
You have a 50-50 chance here, Beth. You make it. Okay. You win the tickets. You don't. You're a loser.
Oh, my God.
All right. The doors may be heavier, but I promise you we will break them. Donald Trump or Kanye West? I feel like guess coming on. 50-50.
Kanye?
You are correct, Beth. Kanye West. Congratulations. You've just won 2 tickets to
the Gasparilla Music Festival.
The Gasparilla Music Festival.
Yay. Congratulations, Beth. Well played.
You are going VIP, Beth, and enjoy your time. Hold on the line. We'll get all your information. And thanks for listening, and thanks for playing.
Thank you.
All right.
It's just that easy here on the Miggs and Swig show.
I didn't think that. I thought that was going to be one of those ones that was going to go on and on.
Now that we have time for this, how you feeling down there?
I have to tell you that it was a little worse than I thought. I am stinging a little bit down there. Is that normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So afterwards you sting.
Yeah, it's gonna.
It could be red.
Yeah, it'll be a little red.
Okay. I don't. She didn't do, because I think it would have taken a little too long, and I didn't want to suffer too much. The real reason is I didn't want to suffer too much, but I didn't want to be screaming in the background of Mr. D. And
that was very kind of you.
Selfless, right? Selfless.
Who knew?
Selfless. But I have to tell you that right now, it feels a little stingy down there.
Yeah, it will.
I mean, it does not feel comfortable.
Can't imagine that it would. Although my favorite part was actually watching JoJo's reaction. She had a massive case of Schadenfreude going on. Every time you screamed, she was jumping for joy. It was fun to watch.
Did you enjoy my pain?
I did. And the one time you really scared me. I wasn't expecting. I
jumped out of her
jumped.
seat.
Well, okay, let me tell you something. So the part that hurt the most was if she did a clean rip, it was palatable.
If they stop a little and they jerk it.
The double move.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so she would pull it, and then I thought it'd be done, and then all of a sudden,
because she didn't have a good grip or wasn't the right angle.
So,
did you do the beans or just around the frank?
So on the side of the frank and down the sides in between my groin area.
Okay.
I did a landing strip between that. I did my BH, and I did above. She didn't really put I'll have to shave it a little bit more because I like a little bit more of a landing strip sort of thing.
Okay.
But I have pretty much, it's short, but it's covered the whole area.
Okay.
With
I'm real proud of you, though.
Me too.
I mean, you were a super big
I did it.
Screamer.
I was a screamer, and I knew it was going to be miserable, but you know what? I mean, the worst thing about it is that you open your mouth, right? And especially on radio. When you open your mouth on radio and say, yeah, I'll do that. I mean, you're
a man of your word.
You're sort of committed.
I feel like we need to find a challenge for Don now. I feel like we need to get Miggs to do something outside of his comfort zone.
He might be bigger a baby than I am.
Oh, he wouldn't have done that.
No way?
He wouldn't have done it. Nope.
Now, would you want him to?
He cleans up nicely without me having to say anything. I don't ever have to.
Well, he does it all on his own.
I mean, I clean up. If you go to migsandswig.com, I think in my bio there's something about manscaping. And I've manscaped. I think that I've been lackadaisical on it as of late, but, I think that's...
I think everybody goes through that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I just shaved my legs for the first time in like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, clearly that just goes to show, who sees my legs, which is nobody.
So
but it's just a lot of work to do.
So
I have to wash my hair and do my hair.
It just is
I
so
know.
much easier.
All the stuff you women have to go through. I just went through part of what you had to go through.
It's
and
a lot.
It sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So we asked Rob from Soho Guitar to call in, and as requested, he's called in. And hello, Rob.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
I'm good, and I still haven't picked up my guitar.
You have not. Actually, you don't even waste your time. I sold it last week for $100.
Good for you.
Good. I hope he didn't sell my daughter's microphone.
I would never.
Oh, okay.
Never.
Just the guitar. All right. So you're having an open mic outside the shop, and you want to tell us quickly about what that is?
Sure. We're looking to do. We're calling it Rockin' Rush Hour. And because it's going to start at about 5:30 on Wednesday, March 9th, weather permitting, of course. And hopefully it'll be the first of many. And
I love this idea.
I think it's great. I don't think there's enough open mics in our area. There's a lot of live music, but not everybody can get to go play,
So
it'll give everybody a chance.
Is there a sign up, or people just show up and sign up as they come, like typical open mics?
Yeah. We'll do probably 3 songs, 15-minute format, something like that. I don't know exactly what, depending on how many people show up. But, come sign the book and hang out. We got a little lawn out in front of the parking lot, so you can bring some lawn chairs and set up and sit and listen and hang out and have a good time, I hope.
Great. So that's Wednesday, March 9th. At what time?
It's going to start at 5:30, probably run till about 8:30.
Okay.
No, I was just going to ask for your website so we can send them there to get the address or call you if they have any questions about anything.
Sure. It's SohoGuitar.com.
Okay. And where are you located?
Rob at Soho Guitar. We're at 3313 West Cypress Street in Tampa.
Perfect.
So if you've ever dreamed of being a rock star and you have musical talent, show up to Soho Guitars on Wednesday, March 9th, and show what you got. And thanks for calling in, Rob. We appreciate it.
Have fun with that, Rob.
Hey.
All right. Thank you.
Guys. All right, Rob. We got somebody named Buddy who loves the show on the air.
He's a buddy.
Buddy. Hi, Buddy.
Just a nickname. How you all doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just driving around. I'm laughing hysterically at the thing about the waxing and people looking at me kind of funny.
Oh my God, Buddy! If you were watching on the Bone TV live, what went down with Ben, I could not stop laughing. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
You were hilarious. Yes,
it was so great.
So, Buddy, do you manscape?
I actually keep it pretty close cropped. Every once in a while, I'll shave down there. Thankfully, my ex-wife, she kept it pretty close as well. When I lived in Fort Lauderdale, one of my ex-girlfriends used to wax, and I had no idea until a few years ago what she actually went through. So I just give her kudos for doing it, and of course, I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I love a clean-shaven, waxed woman too. I don't know if I've gotten a pretty good result over the years from a razor and the clippers, and I think that after this experience, I will continue down that route. And not sure about the waxing, but hey, at least I could say I did it. And Buddy, we appreciate.
And you can go on Miggs and Swig, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at Miggs and Swig, and you can check out the videos, Buddy. We posted some. If you need a couple more chuckles later today.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I'm happy to laugh.
I think you got a great speaking voice, great radio voice. So keep up the good work. Enjoy the show.
Well, we appreciate it, Buddy. And hold on the line. We're going to give you something from our friends at Showtime for just being a fan, and we're going to buy your love a little bit more. So thanks for listening. Hold on to the phone, and Ryan will take care of you. So we're wrapping it up.
That's it.
We have a minute, and we got to go hard off a minute or off the show because we have NASCAR coming up.
Yep.
We are Daytona 500 today, I think it is.
Sure.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, opening race of the season.
Open race of the season.
Jimmy Johnson?
A bunch of 90-degree, a bunch of left turns. Very
Who's
exciting.
here next week? You're not here, Benny.
I am not here next week.
Here,
I think
I'll have Miggs. Both my Miggs will be here.
Both Miggs.
Both
no
Miggs will be
Swig.
here.
JJ's here. I'm here. We hope everybody in the Tampa Bay, St. Pete area is here on 102.5 The Bone listening to Miggs and Swig, where we talk life out loud and obviously just so much more. Ben, thanks for doing that for me today. I feel like it was for me.
You're welcome. And if you missed it and you're just tuning in, you want to hear it again, go to miggsandswig.com. We have all the live interviews or the live show from there. So thank you very much for listening.
Have a great Sunday.